Welcome to Grab Load. I'm Anthony, and Ubisoft executive came out and he basically was like, "Hey, gamers aren't really wanting to give up owning their own games. They're they're not comfortable with it." And while I think that's true, right, I do like owning my own games, but even so, right, the DV side of things, DVD side of things, having physical media, still, there's still some gamers that want that, but that has subsided quite a bit over the years. I think the harder part is what they really want is the streaming side, where you're willing to pay a subscription and have access to a catalog of games. Now, I'm still a fan of buying the game and having it, and I've done good old games where you can download and keep that file, which I like a lot. But this whole notion that, getting on that subscription, I have tried Xbox Game Pass. While, it was fun while I was using it, I didn't see the value in me keeping on using it because I just don't play enough games to keep up with, how much I feel like I should be playing to get the value back in that. Now, if you are a gamer that plays a lot more, maybe that's something you can consider. But I can see where Ubisoft is seeing that they're having trouble for this because the model for so long has been, first it was go buy the game at the store, you install it on your computer, and you're off to the races. Now it is, hey, let's buy the game, or I guess a little while ago was buy the game through Steam or through the first party like a Ubisoft, be able to buy that game and download it and still be able to play it. Granted, there has been some, little weariness there where even gamers have come to where a company wants to shut down servers where those games, have like a DRM check or whatever else, and all of a sudden they can't play their games. So you're going into this where people are going to be probably more skeptical on, is my game going to be there when I want to play it? And that's a problem I have with the Xbox Game Pass a little bit, is that sometimes you go start playing a game and then it is off that list the next month. And if that's the case, it's going to be hard to keep gamers that want to play a specific game to be on these um, subscription models if you're going to keep changing up what games you have on there. And I think for me, if I was to, if I've been on Game Pass, right? And that was the biggest thing. I wanted to play a game, and all of a sudden, it was, I saw someplace online, luckily, that, hey, in 2 weeks, this is going to be off. I'm like, well, I got to hurry up and play this game. I don't know if I have the time to do it. Am I still going to be interested in this game? And it actually makes me lose some interest in some games when they're being taken off, because if I don't have the time, then why keep on playing it? That's if I just don't have access to it. So when I do, go out and spend money on a game, it's a game I kind of want to go and play eventually, and at least I know it's going to be there in my library. I can download it and then I can play it. Where on a subscription model, that's an unknown, and hopefully Ubisoft understands this if they're going to be going. But I do like the ownership of a game, right? I like that a little bit more than not having it. Now, I would like to see more games, especially the ones that you own. If they're going to stop supporting, let's say, a DRM or everything else, and you've bought the game, send out an update and let people be able to play it without, that check in place or anything else. That's no longer going to be available, because your customer base, is investing in, I believe, in that art, and it's going to be devastating, I think, if companies don't do something like that in the future, because all these great games are not going to be able to be playable, and that's one thing I do worry about. But yeah, this is, Ubisoft, it's like a twofold thing to me. Like, Ubisoft has the gaming rights for the Xbox or Activision Blizzard games for what, 15 years or something. So they want to make sure that their cloud offering, and you're going to want to pay the subscription for it because they have access to that. At the same time, they want to grow that. At the same time, gamers are like, well, Is this going to be around for long enough? What happens after that? Are you going to still have access to this? And then also, how many streaming services do people want to buy? I think that's a big problem here. I mean, granted, I don't know how many streaming services I actually, or subscriptions I actually subscribe to. Streaming service, I don't know if I subscribe to any like TV or anything. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't subscribe to anything like that. And a game subscription, obviously, I got rid of the Xbox Game Pass once it expired and was increased in price for that. But if you have a subscription service, how many more times do you want to invest into that service, and for how long? Let's say you have, a whole five subscription services already. Now you want to add a game service, right? That's six. Let's say you want to add, let's say not all the games are from like a Ubisoft. Let's say you need Xbox Game Pass or, a Sony subscription or a Nintendo. All of a sudden you're up to four more subscriptions. Is that worth it with all of these subscriptions costing money? I don't know how many people are gonna be like, hey, yeah, this subscription's too much. I'm just gonna cancel it. You're getting in that cycle where we're starting to get a subscription overload too. So you're combating that as well. So you have to add value enough to be the one subscription service that people are going to always keep in their or on, or the one subscriptions that are always keeping on, and not wanting to be like, hey, maybe this month I might buy it, try it out, and then I'll cancel, right? So there's that sort of thing as well. And I believe that they're kind of an uphill battle. I believe that they're going to get a certain amount of people there. Are they going to get everybody? Is going to be the interesting side of it. Do they? And one question I have is, are they going to eventually put some of their AAA games only on a subscription service? That is going to be interesting to see how people respond to that side of things. Let's say, you can only get this game if you buy our subscription service. We're not going to have any, direct sales, at all. That would be very interesting, and I think that that would be met at current day with some backlash, and gamers would be pretty upset, and in fact, they'd probably lose some money on that. But is that something a company's willing to do to be able to start moving and making sure that the subscription service is their future? That is a good question, and we will see maybe in the future how that's going to turn out. But let me know what your thoughts are on this whole, Ubisoft, saying that gamers have been slow to getting, not owning and subscribing to their games. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Leave it in the comments below. And are subscribing to game service something that you do? Or are you somebody that would rather even have the DVD or, buy the download instead? Let me know those in the comments below. Thank you so much for supporting Grow Alone and helping this channel grow. I really do appreciate it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell icon. That really does help out the channel. And until next time, God bless.